everybody is
Isolation.
properly connected. So,
Properly.
let me begin with a recap. In our last session, you fought oh my god,
Agnes.
what's his name?
Agden.
Agden
Longstar.
Agden Longscarf. And even lopped off part of his titular long scarf. But you did manage to beat him, and in doing so, gained the cooperation of his crew, who were willing to take you to Downfall, the home of the local hag. Along the way, the trip takes a couple of hours. Along the way, they tell you a little bit about Downfall. They tell you that it's actually home to a community of bullywugs, known as the Soggy Court. They kind of roll their eyes as they say it, almost sort of dismissively describe them as pompous and up their own orify. But they say that they're generally good people and fair as long as you're fair with them. And because their home is also home to the Hag Bavlorna, the rabbit bandits have never messed with them, so they're on relatively good terms. So that brings you to now. You find yourselves in a winding channel in the swamp. But as you come around an ox bend, the fog comes in high and thick, and visibility beyond about 20 or 30 feet becomes really obscure. You feel like you might be, like indeterminately moving through the swamp, but suddenly you can feel it before you actually see it. There's a breeze to what you would imagine is sort of the front starboard side of the boat, pushing sort of desultorily against the mist. And on it carries the sense of mud and water, and your guides say, "Oh, I think we're here." And let me share this map with you.
When you say like mud and water, do you mean like is it a nice fresh greenhouse smell, or is it moldy?
It's not moldy exactly. There is certainly the smell of the swamp. It's ever present. But there's a hint of like deeper, clearer water on the air. Moist but not moldy.
How long was the journey? Did we
No,
get a bit of a
enjoy
short
it.
rest in?
You certainly would have had enough time to get a short rest in. Why
right.
will it not let me share this map? What's going on here?
It's enjoyable weather then.
If you do the honors of pressing the short rest button, please.
This game does the short rests by itself. Well, sorry, with the DMs.
We can do hit die by ourselves.
I do have a question. This moist air, does it smell coastal or like freshwater?
No, it's definitely
the swamp.
water. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're in a swamp, but if I were in Florida and I went inland and the breeze came from inland, it would smell like freshwater. However, if I were headed towards any of the coasts,
Gotcha.
I would get that.
I'm pretty sure it smells like sewage water just because of the glug glug.
Oh, I'm sure there's a difference between salty sewage and freshwater sewage.
Okay. So
why is it called that?
An order of business before we begin. I do not have a token for a boat. So I have placed you approximately where the boat would be. You are not drowning. You are not in the water. You are in fact on a skiff. I just do not have a token for it.
Wow.
Each of the larger squares
picture
on the visible grid are 10 feet each, but they're all divided into your typical 5-foot squares. So your actual tile size is still 5 feet. All right. So, like I was saying, thick fog hangs heavy in the air, obscuring the area around you so that the world appears to have shrunk to only 20 feet in all directions. For you, the waterway widens and the current slows, giving the impression that you have entered perhaps the mouth of a lake. You can hear croaking voices penetrating the fog in the distance. And at the far extreme of your vision, let me press another button here. Okay. At the far extreme of your vision, you see figures in the gloom that resolve themselves to be two rowboats full of bullywugs, each one with a single bullywug manning one of the two oars in the boat. Here, let me actually stagger them that way. Yeah. So, as they see you, pretty much right as you see them, they say, welcome to Downfall, travelers.
Oh, well, thank you for having us. We're happy to be your guests here.
Indeed. Well, if you're going to be visiting the community, then I suggest that you make sure that you check in with the king first and foremost. It's only proper, right?
Oh, royalty, I suppose. Yeah.
I'm surprised that it's the king. I'm surprised. Like, I would expect, no offense is meant to him, but I thought the village chief. Like, I wouldn't just expect to walk in the door and be, greetings to the king. I'd expect to go through the appropriate chains because I don't wish to be rude.
Oh, well, His Majesty Gilliop the 19th. He's a right proper king. He certainly sees to his duty as anyone would expect. You'll find him just up the way, and he gestures kind of behind him towards the northeast in a sort of vague way. And then he says, but you'll want to dock your boat and walk around as respectful.
Certainly.
Something else.
I want to ask, what's the local sort of fare? What sort of things do you folks eat? Because we're a couple of chefs among us here, and someone who used to also run sandwich shops and pizza shops in a different life. But yeah, we'd be more than happy to know what sort of things we're getting into, so we can kind of prepare some of our own recipes to accommodate.
I can make a wicked pizza.
The bullywugs in the back boat are actually the first to respond, and they say, "Oh, we've got a fair bit of cuisine. I mean, none of us would be caught dead making some simple peasant fare, of course.
Wow,
we have
bullywugs speak.
we have delicacies. By the way, do any of you speak Sylvan, or is Verde the only one who has any chance of hearing this at all?
You know,
I
that's a good question. Let me
Sylvan.
see.
I'm pretty sure. Yep, I
Which
do. I
tab is that under?
Abilities. It's at the bottom.
Let's see.
The one I forget is that I also do Celestial and Infernal. But yeah, I know Sylvan.
Yep.
What did the hag steal from me through
Your helmet?
The rabbit.
Oh yeah, your helmet. That's right. So no, you may not know Sylvan right now, do you?
No.
Okay.
Well,
there are several people in your party who do, so they can translate for you if that is their desire.
I'm amused that they're not like going blabber, blabber, blabber.
Well, they also speak Bullywug, but I forgot to mention that they assume that all travelers speak Sylvan, so that's where they start.
Right. I'm from this world though, so I'm like Murlocs.
Just as a test of things, I'm going to say in Druidic, Druid says what?
I don't know.
They don't. Yeah, they don't respond. One of them cocks their head a little bit. But that's about it.
I kind of laugh. I thought so. Don't worry about it.
So go on about these delicacies. What is it that you guys eat around here?
Oh, Well, there's certain kinds of snail and catfish prepared in several different ways: boiled,
Raised?
roasted.
Stewed and put in a
Soup
pie
is
crust.
popular.
We've all seen this movie.
Do you folks make pastries and other sorts of things with them too?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they do. This like probably pies. Do you have a pie? Do you make pies? Do you have a bread?
Bread? You mean like a grain? Like
Right.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, that makes sense. No.
Okay.
We don't have that.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, what spices do you have?
You're not making a pizza, that's for sure.
They kind of look at each other back and forth, and eventually one of them says, "Well, all the chefs keep their own secrets, but we have salt here, of course."
Excellent. That's always a hard spice to come by because, well, it's so useful in, seasoning this various meats, and a well roasted leg with just a little bit of salt and pepper is so good. Mm.
One of them sort of shuffles around to get a better look at you, and he says, "Well, I say he, but I guess it could be they. It's not like you can tell." But yeah, they say, "Oh, we make our own here. Actually, there's flats around back."
Oh, fantastic. Once we're done doing our introductions, I'll have to wander around and look. I do so love learning new recipes.
One of the joys of traveling.
Oh, absolutely. That and eating good berries.
Sure. So
You guys-
can you guide us to where to dock our boat then, please?
Yeah. So the lead bullywugs, they gesture basically directly north of them. So your guess is on the shore that is north of you, but somewhere towards the east, based on where they're pointing. They say, "You'll find the dock right there. Take the walkway from there. Mind the stepping stones. Follow the way around, and I'm certain you'll find the King's Court."
Excellent. Thank you.
And they kind of shuffle their boats out of your way.
Is there any special rules that I should be aware of? I would hate to be offend someone unnecessarily or unintentionally.
Yeah, they think about it for a while, and they say, "Well, mind your manners, but we understand that your ways aren't the same as ours, so we don't expect you to know our every rule. Keep the peace, keep the order. You should be fine."
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because, well, I didn't want to get off, start this off on a poorly. You understand? Like we're about to meet royalty. You understand?
Of course, of course. Well, on your way then. Oh, token lock is on, by the way. I'll have to approve the movements that you want to make. The easiest way to do this is probably to have one person drive, and it looks like Watts is volunteering. So.
Yeah.
No,
Go for it.
I was going to say, Sally.
No, volunteer for the directions. I'll keep an eye on the rabbit who's guiding us and help row the boat.
I'm pretty sure the rabbits have already left
Yeah,
because I don't see their rabbit tokens on the map.
Catch up. Now they're actually with you, but they are not staying, so I didn't bother to make tokens for them.
Check.
Okay, you find yourselves at docks in short order. Mired to the dock, floating in the air above it, is a hot air balloon, or in this case, you guess a body fart warm swamp gas balloon, judging from the smell of the vent beneath it that is feeding the balloon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to imagine in my head. Body fart warm.
Yeah. The balloon, while full, is very clearly suffering in some places. It has collapsed, and you can see a bullywug or two. It's hard to tell from this distance. Working on one side of it, apparently trying to stitch closed a rent in the side. The gondola beneath it, however, the basket, I should say, it's not a gondola. That implies a fanciness that is not there.
Gondola.
The wicker basket beneath it, however, does seem to be intact. You, however, see no apparatus for generating hot air, so it appears the buoyancy of the swamp gas currently filling the balloon, or at least mostly filling the balloon, a lot of it is leaking out the holes, is its only lifting body.
I have a strange urge to figure out if that gas is flammable or not.
Please don't.
Do we see any open flames in this place?
You do only vaguely. So directly north of the balloon itself, kind of across the waterway, is a structure that you can see sort of like twinkling red light coming from and implying that there is a torch or something burning in there.
Roll a insight or investigation. Maybe figure out if the gas is flammable, or maybe if I get closer to it.
I'll take insight, but yeah, let's get you a little closer first. First of all, here, let's put you all in the dock since the rabbits are keen to move on. There you go. Okay.
No, they don't get to move on until we see the hags. They said they'd take us to the hags.
Right, so they point at the center of the lake, directly to your east, Verde.
Yeah.
And there, even though you can't actually see it on the map, at that location is almost tower-like cottage. For just a moment, there's a sense of like deja vu, only maybe it's not like deja vu, but like remembering someone else's memory. The like eye line in the vision that you see is maybe slightly taller than your current eye line. But where this cottage is, for a moment, you see a sort of like bedraggled stone windmill with its vanes broken off. And for a moment, you swear that's what you're looking at, as if it was sitting on a hill, not sitting on stilts rising out of the water. But the vision passes, and you're back to looking at the most absurdly tower-like cottage, complete with thatched roof, that you have really ever seen in your life. But the rabbits are clear. They say, there she is.
Oh no, I'm sticking with my interpretation. You said to the hags. You get to present yourself and all your failure to your former masters.
No, they push off and they are gone.
Hey, you guys. They push off. I wait until they push off. I wait before I do this, and then I go, guys. Remind me, Rabbit. Why are we seeking out a swamp hag?
If I were to put my three brain cells together, you can tell them.
Just real quick. I just don't remember why we want to talk to a swamp hag, not kill her.
Well, no. I mean, yes, but also
because we're not sure if she's part of a coven.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
we're not ready.
Hag.
We're not ready.
No such thing as good swamp hag.
Oh yes, but
we're not making that assumption, sir.
No, I am. I do. I have run so many D&D campaigns. There is
no, sir. Sorry. No, I'm not making the assumption that we're dealing with a good version of anything that I know for a fact that is considered evil. What I'm wanting to know is what exactly we're dealing with. If it's an individual, cool.
No, not
1v1.
Hags are individual. They're just ridiculously powerful and all the way bad.
But we have heard mention of other entities, so I don't know if this thing's actually part of a full-on coven or just has partners.
Sure, and you know
And
what?
the Coven is a completely different critter to face versus us versus one.
Is it though?
Yes, Coven magic is freaking ridiculous.
When they're actually casting, sure, that's true. But if you kill one, then the Coven has to do the Coven shit, and then we will be exposed to the Coven shit, and then we're just killing hags for the next few, how long it takes. But all I'm saying is like, look,
our long-term goal is to get the queen of this place back on her throne and the hags gone. That's why we're here.
All right, I'm just saying this is going to end badly.
I don't disagree. But this is the task that we've taken on to fix hither, and yon.
By fucking dealing with hags? Don't.
Yes.
There's probably more that we have to trick them somehow.
Can't trick
there
a
are
hag.
rules
Hags
for this
do
place.
It is really
They did this to they did a trick to the queen. We have to figure out a way to trick them back. It's a thing.
All right.
Worst comes to worst, we cut their heads off and we burn their ashes.
Yeah.
We can't do that yet.
You're not wrong.
All right. I'm okay. I'm just saying, like, what's the end game here?
The end game is getting hither, and yon back to where it should be, and the weather light running like it's supposed to be. So we can finish a training arc.
I feel like the end game is conflict.
A means over here, though. That's definitely not the end game. We have to kill the demons one.
Oh no, I mean the end game of this particular encounter.
We're talking about this story arc, Verde. We're not talking about the overall meaning of the series.
And just what we're doing right here on this dock in this swamp.
There's becoming the next Akage, and there's this season's arc.
Right.
Exactly.
Come on, guys. There's a walk path over here. I think I found at least how we get into the
I will
proper.
hop dejectedly afterwards.
Stay close. It gets foggy.
Oh yeah, I'm staying close.
No, I mean,
Also-
while you guys have been talking, I've been looking around, and you've stayed relatively close to each other. It got so foggy at one point I couldn't see in front of me.
Yeah, it was described as 20 feet, but I'll bet you it's more like 15.
Well, yeah, that's general talk, but I mean, you'll see in a second. Catch on up, guys. Actually, I feel
So I'm not
comes
sure if
and
I like
goes.
the new cloud effects that are going across.
I feel like maybe I should make a light. Do I have any?
No,
No,
not if it's foggy.
No. I'm gonna light like a candle or something.
No. So here's the deal. When there is fog, and you create an illuminative light, that gets refracted and reflected by all of the fog in the air, and it actually makes it worse. That's why fog lights are generally low, yellow, and sit
Aim
at the
down. Yeah.
and aim downwards.
So a candle is perfect. It's tiny.
as long as it's
Yeah,
hooded.
candle's pretty dim. Okay, so you find yourselves at the aforementioned standing stones. I am
Gotta hop.
not going to
Except any
okay
movement.
your movement yet, Watts.
Okay.
Everybody can get up to where. Actually, I'll let Watts get to where. Yeah,
That's
where-
yellow.
Yep, I see it now. I was zoomed out, so I lost track of who was who.
No, you're good.
You guys can get up to the shore, but let me describe it before you actually step on the stones, just in case you're, being adventurers. No foreshadowing.
There's some in the water.
Nah. Row of boulders spaced about 2 feet apart breach the surface of the lake to form a walking path across about a 40-foot wide waterway. They're pretty evenly spaced. It doesn't take a lot of effort to step between them. Like, you don't need to make a leap or anything like that. The water is pretty murky, though, so you can't really tell how deep it is from where you're at.
Are they actually perfectly smooth and flat where we could easily get across with minimum skill check or?
Yeah, like you really wouldn't need to make a skill check.
Wow, did the fog bank roll in?
Right. Here. Hold on just a second. Too many panels open. That's actually not fair. It's not that I have too many open, it's that they're all in the same place.
Too many panels, got too many panels.
There we go. Where's the FX layer? Dial the fog back. What, 30%?
Sure.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you really wouldn't have to like make like athletics check or anything to get across. They are a little old, so I suppose there might be like a small chance that you could slip, but they're all relatively big. That said, there's no way you could all cross at once. So the question for me is who's going first and what path are you taking?
I'll go last.
Well, it looks like Yellow's already on there, so he should probably go first.
Right.
I'll go after
I'm so
him.
sad I don't have my my winged boar hat anymore. It'd make it really easy to just jump and sort of float across.
Totally.
All right, so here's my path, I guess. How's the current in these waters? I'm gonna get like halfway there and then turn back. Not turn back, but look back. Expectantly.
Okay. Well,
Try to get like a comfortable spot.
let me approve your movement. That's weird. I can't click on the thing. Oh, it's because I'm on the goddamn FX layer. There we go. Okay. So as you step on that particular boulder right there, there's a sort of burbling in the water. The boulder shifts underneath you.
It's a turtle.
It's an animal.
I told you there was shit in the water.
Of course.
And it kind of shrugs you off onto the boulder next to it. And rising out of the water is some sort of stone elemental.
Oh my!
I crouch so that we can look each other, respectively.
Yeah. As his eye line meets yours, he says, "What? Not even a thank you?"
I had no idea. Thank you indeed, and I am sorry. You deserve more respect than that.
Would you make a charisma, actually a persuasion check specifically?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Stepping Stone.
Okay. He says, "All right then, as long as you understand. I mean, to be fair, I did fall asleep on the walkway. I gotta give it to you this time. I apologize for my impropriety," he says. And he stomps off.
Wow, such big words for a
to
rock.
the east. However, he does seem to have been an integral part of this walkway because now there is a 10-foot gap that you will have to leap over to get to the other side.
I look back at everybody and I give sort of a shrug. I have a javelin on my harness. How long is it? 2, 3 feet, a yard.
The javelin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
actually is the oar longer?
Probably 1.5 meters.
Yeah. Is the oar longer?
Yeah, the oar is probably a little bit longer, but not by much. You're talking inches.
Yeah. I'm gonna test how deep the water is.
Longer than the oar.
Well, how far did the elemental come out of the water?
To your eyes, he rose about 1.5 meters, and the water came up to about his breast.
Yeah. We'd have to do a full on swim check, bro.
Yeah. I'm like, do I like when I start like putting my hands into the water, like I would
If you
quit when
push-
it got up my elbow.
Yeah, okay. If you push the oar down that far, you can feel that there is a bottom. You would guess that it's actually from the top of what you're guessing is silt based on the way it resists as you push against it. It's actually probably only like 4 feet, but the muck beneath seems to go down another couple of feet.
That makes a lot of sense. Interesting. Hmm. Hmm.
This is an easy one. If I'm not mistaken. Yes. Skadoosh.
I guess you could do that too. No? I was going to try to argue the interpretations of prestidigitation as an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, as maybe an assist or an acrobatics roll, but that works.
I think that's probably beyond the bounds of the intention of that spell.
Well, no. So if it's an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, right? It's not that I want to like make it so I can walk on water. I just make the point that I'm trying to step on a little bit denser, sort of like a Newtonian fluid, right? So that I can step on it and then try to use actual real life momentum to step onto the other rock.
Right. Like an anime air dash sort of thing. I totally get you.
This seems
And
kind of
because it's
dumb.
only one spot, it's one action, I figured that maybe that might work, right? Because I'm not trying to ninja run, I'm just trying to run on one spot that I aimed at.
How tall is the ladder that the Rod of Lordly Might makes?
Oh yeah, how tall is the ladder that the Rod of Lordly Might makes? That's an excellent.
Oh yeah, who
question.
took?
I'm going to say
you take
9
that?
feet just to put it out there before someone looks it up.
I thought it was 100.
No. Who has it? Jory?
I don't have a Lord.
Can't I just make the disc walk over?
I don't have a Lord of-
use it as a stepping stone.
Lord of Wandly Might.
Yeah, but
Oh,
then
I
you're
do have a.
casting a
Look at me.
spell.
I'm holding the Rod of Lordly Might. Holy shit. I do have one.
Yeah. How long does that go? We can just pass that about and then like,
It's
what is it?
Rod of
Pole vault?
Lordly Might.
You gotta save your spells, boss. You use magic.
I can jump.
It's a ritual. It doesn't consume a slot.
Magical
much
rod
time.
has a bludgeoning weapon, spell-like functions, and can transform into other forms such as a flaming sword, a spear,
Climbing
a
pole
hand.
50 feet long.
Nice. 50 feet long.
That's not even in what I'm looking at right now. Where'd you get
Boss.
From the base Lord of Rodley Might.
Boss. So Jory, come on over here, even though you'd be super inclined to just hop across this. Could you get on over here?
I can make this jump, so
I know. But could you get on over here and then sink on down that Lordly Might thing?
Allow me to.
And then that'll help us cross. You can hop on there onto that other boulder that's across from me,
This guy
and
right
then
here.
finish last, but take up your rod and then.
I mean, this is all very Indiana Jones of you, but I would point out that Watts' solution of, basically patching the hole with Tensor's floating disc, absolutely viable.
Yeah,
but that's 10 whole minutes, and we need to go meet the king. We can't keep him waiting.
Time be time, dude.
Actually, I would have probably. Are there any bullywogs in sight anywhere?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I would have just asked somebody for assistance.
So basically, the closest ones to you are the ones over working on the balloon. But you could probably call to them from where you're at for sure.
Yeah, I'll call. I'd say there was a rock elemental here who was just part of the bridge. We require a new stepping stone. Do you know how we can get one here?
The blue org at the top of the ladder looks down at you from where they are.
I just need something to step on. Can you come over here, please?
Right. They look down. They look over at the stepping stones in the water, and they say, "Well, yelling down, you'll have to jump. Caleb will probably come back. He usually naps there. Sorry for the inconvenience."
I love it.
All right.
They just count on this dude to take naps there so they can walk on his head.
Also, they kind of know he doesn't like it, so it's kind of mean. Like, I mean, he was not shy about telling you that he didn't like you stepping on him, you know?
Exactly.
And likewise, let's use the fact that you can, use magic to be sort of like a hush. Not because we have to, but because it could be, surprising.
Okay. Busting out a magic climbing pole is probably, a little weird too, though, to be fair.
I was gonna
Not
say,
really. I met a tavern keeper that literally had a, teapot that could make mana.
Right, but that's very more useful than me just putting a pole there for you guys to like slackline on.
It's not a slackline, it's a pole vault.
Yeah, it's better than a slack line. So like a climbing pole is kind of like a pole with pegs on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Does this have charges?
Half of a ladder,
Am I burning a charge?
Are you burning a charge? I don't
just
think
did that
so.
shit.
No,
Like,
I think it's
Sang Wukong. It's Sang Wukong bullshit.
right.
Takes an action to do this shit.
Yeah, pretty much. He takes an action to press the button.
Okay, so this is just like an extendable pole I carry around in my pocket that also has magic.
Yeah, it's like a Goonies Never Die gadget,
It's Sang Wukong's fucking staff. What are you talking about?
That's literally what it is, though.
No, I know, and I'm looking. I'm reading what you posted here, and I can't find where I'm going to use it for us to.
Likewise,
all we're doing this deliberation is
wasn't actually a staff.
I'm just going to make my disc.
It was a pillar.
Okay.
Yeah,
are you
you would
going
have
to cast
made
it as
it
a
by
ritual,
now.
or are you going to? Are you just going?
We've given him
It's
plenty of time.
We've already talked about this for 10 minutes. It's already been.
That's what I would say. We deliberated long enough that if he had started casting like a couple minutes,
I'm just
done.
I'm like, God damn it, guys.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, poof. Tensor's disc floats.
I love it.
Floats
hop
into
on
space.
top of it.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. No, I'm thanking every stone that I hop across.
Preemptively.
That's
Yep.
fair. Thank you, guys. If any more of you
close by.
are.
Seems like there's a rampway up there.
Yep.
Yeah, the fog is particularly thick here.
Stay close.
2 C's.
Right.
I still have my
once
tiny
I'm
cancel.
across, can I release the spell?
Yeah, absolutely.
I still have my. Sorry. No, go on.
No,
You were
go
going
ahead.
first. You were going first. You released your spell and.
Yeah, I was releasing my spell. Is there anything else I need to do?
Nope.
Okay. I do, in fact, still want like a candle lit, and I would like to make my insight check. The candle is a tool I'm trying to use as well for that check. If the gas is flammable, maybe the closer I get with the flame, the more sort of a reaction I might get out of it.
Is there actually
I
an
see.
arrow painted on the ground here?
No. That's more to show you the direction of up. But before you guys do that, hold on. Let's back these up a little
Shit,
bit.
sorry.
Let me describe the building and stuff first. Verda, you're fine. Do you have a candle? That's my first question, though.
Okay.
I've got that light on my chest. It's not burning.
Anybody have a candle? I have a mess kit. Does a mess kit have a candle in order to,
No, sorry, man.
Okay.
Okay, well, in that case, I will not attach a candle to your token. Okay, so moving back to describing the building. In front of you on stilts is a sort of like complex of little structures, kind of clustered around a central larger area. This wooden structure stands on stilts above the lake. It's topped by a steep conical roof made of thatch. Smoke curls up from a hole at its apex. You realize this is where you saw flickering red before. Its windows are blacked out, and the air carries the smell of burned wood. A clothesline attached to one corner of the building's exterior is hung with a variety of frayed patchwork garments. There is a ramp leading into what you now realize is a burned building.
Oh, wait. It's been burned? Like it's trashed?
Yes. There is still smoke coming out of the hole in the roof, but it looks like the fire has been put out, you know?
Right, so the structure isn't burning, but there's a smoldering fire in the fireplace.
No, the structure had been burning and now isn't, but parts of it are still embers, and thus some smoke is still coming out of the hole in the roof.
That's the bad way.
Somebody's house is on fire.
Doesn't look like it's a house. Your guess is that it's maybe some sort of workshop.
Is it the one with the? It's not the one we're right next. Is it the one right next to us with the arrow going up?
Yeah, with the ramp leading up. Exactly.
Okay, not the tall one though. The tall one isn't burning, is it?
No, the one in the center. You mean? No.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Just this structure.
Reoriented.
Here.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can go around the building.
No, we should check out what it is. Why is it burning?
What business is it of ours? Do you go into burning buildings?
I mean, why are we here? What are we looking for?
A hag. Right now, the king, just so that we can be formal. But
wasn't this the
are we
direction
heroes?
that pointed for the
or
king's
what?
house?
Like, aren't we heroes or are we not?
Yeah, but this does not look palatial.
How's the building looking from all of these other sides?
It looks like the ramp is fine. I want to hop up the ramp and just look in and see what's going on.
Or do-gooder monk.
Paladin, bitch.
All right. So let us snap into some semblance of turn-based order for a moment. Jory.
Yes. Definitely.
The room is
gooder, yes.
The room is a charred mess. Hazy smoke hangs over scattered piles of burned and broken shelves intermixed with whatever those shelves contained. Wisps of smoke snake in the air from several spots where smoldering wreckage threatens to ignite. Standing in the center of this is a distressed bullywug in a leather smock, carrying a bucket of water, throwing it on every ember he can find.
Yeah. Okay, keep talking.
Yeah, he turns as you step through the doorway, and without even thinking about who you are or why you're standing in his door, he says, "Grab a bucket. We have to make sure the fires are out."
Okay, how bad are the fires?
From what you can see so far, they're not, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not unmanageable. But that said, if he doesn't put these embers out, they will light this building back on fire and take it down.
Yeah. I mean, how doable would it be to put out some fires? Like, does he have water on hand? Like he said, grab a bucket. Like,
Yeah, I
what's going
mean,
on
he's
here?
there is a lake literally right next to you. So
Bucket brigade.
Yep, I see it just down the ramp.
yep, and there are buckets that you can see that are not on fire, so you could run in and grab a bucket or two and bring them back out and fill them with water.
All right. Give me a second to think this through, but I think we're going to put out this guy's fires.
Well, just a second. Let me press a little button. Okay.
Watts is right next to me too, huh?
Yep. Can I have you all roll initiative? Oh, wait, I can do that for you, can't I?
Hey, Watts, I think we can handle this.
Yeah, should be easy enough.
You said initiative?
Yeah,
He did. He's
it's already done.
Oh, I'm not rolling it. You're rolling it. It's been
Nope, I
rolled.
rolled
Yeah,
it for
Fantasy
the whole
Grounds gives
party.
all the power
Yeah.
to the DM, man.
I know. I kind of like that.
I kind of like that also.
Okay. Yep. There's your buddy standing there in the center of it all. As you analyze, thanks, brain. Woo, got there. Whew, man, what an adventure. As you analyze the fire, you realize that he's throwing water on some of these embers and they're not going out. You realize there may be more to this than meets the eye. And in fact, you can identify specific embers that don't seem to be responding to his water.
Oh, shit.
They
Thanks
are the
for the-
ones marked C on your map.
I see. All right, I will use my free action to identify that to Watts so that he knows what's going on.
Well, actually, as I push the glasses I don't have up the
Actually, tip your fedora.
it is Yolo's turn.
That's fine. It's free action.
So
Whenever you want.
I was looking around
You
the
can't
house.
take an action on your turn, free or not. You have to wait for your turn. You can only react when it's not your turn.
I let people do free actions whenever.
I was looking about the house while walking around the building, seeing how bad the damage actually was from the outside.
Seems to be contained to the center room. The two outbuildings seem to be intact.
Yeah, the paladin's in there. Surely he has that taken care of. He'll make loud noises if he needs to. And then I turn my attention over there, and
Are
then
there any
looking in shock, I'm thinking, what the fuck are those heads on a pig pole?
Oh, your head on a big pole.
Oh, you talking about across the walkway?
Yes.
Yes, they
fuck are those?
are. They are. So let me see. Well, here, let me just describe it. This flat wood plank bridge, which spans an arm of the lake, is lined on one side by rows of bullywug heads on wooden spikes. At the center of the bridge, a small figure sits with its feet dangling over one side. The figure appears to be talking to itself in bemoaned tones, but then the severed bullywug heads nearby erupt in a cacophony of voices, some indignant, some sympathetic. A few in a more distant row, yell, "What? I couldn't hear what they said."
Isn't this a quaint little bunch?
Indeed.
Well,
Well,
I'm going to wait for the rest of the party for this. I'm going to explore the outer buildings. This is too much for me to handle by myself. This is a lot.
Fair enough.
That was 15, 20. There it is. 25. Yep. And are there any entrances to these outer cropping buildings from the outside? How bad's the damage here?
There isn't any legitimate damage that you can see. However, there is a like arrow slit kind of, maybe a narrow window, basically, 5 feet to your left, basically one square over to the west, I should say.
Certainly too small to break.
But yeah, you couldn't like wiggle your way in. I mean, the structure is made of wood, so if you took a weapon to it, you could probably widen that gap, but that would be pretty rude.
No, this is a firefighting effort, actually. It's to get oxygen into the other area of the house so that the fire doesn't, doesn't remain.
There is a little bit of smoke wafting out of that arrow slit, but not a lot. And it smells like a distant campfire rather than something close by and hot,
I could interpret it as being able to, create an exit for somebody in case of an emergency towards water.
I mean, I could certainly see the reasoning behind that action.
You could?
Me personally, yeah.
I don't know about the Pollywog's knowledge in this. There's also like a big rope attached to this whole building and something
that
else.
Is a clothesline that is actually attached to the cottage in the center of the lake.
Absolutely, the one that was pointed out to me.
Correct.
Have I made an actionable action, or can I dash in order to check the end of this pier?
You could certainly dash. You could take a long walk off that short pier.
Well, really, I just want to peek around over here to see if that's just another one of those arrow slit holes. It does seem to be.
That is precisely what that is, in fact.
What's it look like in the building? Like, what can I see from that? Or is it too high up?
There's not much you can see. You catch a glimpse of what you think might be stairs, or could potentially be shelving. It's really hard to tell from where you're at. A lot of it does seem to be smashed, though.
Smashed?
Yeah, so like the reason you can't tell whether it is, or I guess I should have said was stairs, or perhaps shelving, is that most of it is destroyed.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm gonna, heft or go to reach for my weapon or something and say in a loud, actionable voice, "Don't worry, I'll create an escape." And then I'll make my next action to actually do that.
Okay, hold on just a second. I need to open this character stat block. What is your perception? Oh, it's not great. How loud were you?
I was saying it in a way so that if anybody was looking around me or any of the workers saw me breaking into this house, they heard me say, "Oh, I'm doing this thing in order to help somebody."
Right. Okay. From inside the building, you hear somebody cry out. They're a good, distance away. If you had to guess, you'd say probably 40 feet. But you hear somebody call out, "No, no, no, we're fine. We're fine. Please, please don't."
I can't take another action to actually attack the thing, but I'm gonna be all like, "What?"
Okay. That's your turn?
Yeah, that was my turn.
All right. Then next up is good old animated Cole 14. Okay, Jory. While you're watching, you catch a shift in the light sources for a moment, and you realize one of these embers is sort of like you remember in old cartoons when they would have the
Scooby-Doo effect.
No, where they would have like the flea circus in a matchbox, and like the matchbox would like leap around and sort of skitter and jump across the ground until the character got it in its hands or whatever.
Sure enough.
This coal is kind of like moving that same way.
It's one of these animated C's here. Yeah. I see.
Yeah. And it seems to move to join its brethren. It grows bright for a moment.
Yeah.
And a fire breaks out along that wall.
Of course it fucking does. Yeah. I reaction. I can do this, right?
What are you gonna do?
What? See that?
They're going Voltron on us, bro.
They're going precisely, son. They're going fucking
Voltron on us.
This is what's happening. Yes.
Wonderful.
So I can do that without actually spending any like moves, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right. So this one moves here, but it doesn't seem to glow any brighter or hotter, perhaps as if its energy was already expended this turn.
As if that's what it was.
From around the corner, you hear more skittering. This followed with a sort of like hiss. Verde, you see what looks like a sort of dim red light bounce into view and come to rest against the wall directly through the arrow slit. This one over here. And again, much like the one you saw in the other corner, glows brightly for a moment, and a very small fire breaks out, basically connecting the two coals right there. Too many tabs open. All right. This one, Jory, moves next to you. And comes to rest, kind of almost like just right at your feet.
So good. I'm so glad it did that.
And at first you're like, what are you doing? And then it literally like just shoots up from the ground, kind of like right at your chest.
Yeah, like a little hoppy grenade. What are they called?
Yep. Was a 16 hit? What's your AC? I don't think it's 16 hits.
16 doesn't hit my 18 AC, in fact.
That's what I thought. So yeah, it bounces off your armor and comes back to a rest on the ground.
Yeah, and I laugh at it because I knew it was going to do this. I've been like, so I get my will back. Is it?
Yep, exactly. Get your willpower back.
I get my willpower back because I knew it was going to do this, and that's cool.
Buddy. All right, and then this
that's a joke that exactly one person in this group.
Right. Yeah. Well, only one who could. Right. It's just too obscure.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone could be watching this. What was that? Me? I mean, I don't know who watches this show, but if that person was watching that show, like, or I guess there's 7 people that were in the room, other than you and I, and other than the person I'm describing, who could,
fair enough,
if they remembered 30 years ago, go, holy shit, I know that joke.
Yep. Fair enough. All right.
It's gonna work, so I get my willpower back.
So YOLO, you see another one of those sort of dim red lights, almost like a lit cigarette in the darkness, come to rest amongst the rubble of the staircase or bookcase or something case that was there prior. There is a sort of like almost like when you inhale when you're smoking in the dark and the ember at the end gets bright red. A brightening of both the embers in the room.
Oh yeah,
that metaphor is going to stop being useful in about 5 years.
Right, like 7 minutes. Yeah, right. Between them, there is a sort of like shimmer in the air, almost like the undulations of distortion above a campfire. And a line of fire between the two of them erupts 2 feet high.
Oh yeah, any like weird, weirdness I may or may not have felt, about breaking down this wall. Now I'm like, okay, I need to break down this wall.
Watch, you're seeing this, right?
And then just there's nobody in the room, right?
Oh shit, is YOLO like 3 stories down from where Watson and I are?
No,
Story, technically.
but he's about a story down. Yeah.
Wait, it's not even
I was
my
looking
turn,
at the
so
map
I can't.
trying to figure it out.
I can't do
No,
anything actionable. Never mind.
Yeah,
I can't see what's going on with him or anything. I can only hear.
Right. All right. So our buddy in the center of the room is super panicking now, and he says, "Oh no, the coals are out! Stop them! Stop them! Stop them!" And now he takes his bucket, sloshes the last of the water it has on this coal over here. Of course, it doesn't do anything, but he immediately tries to slam the bucket down on top of it.
Right. So I'm watching this because I want to know if he knows that these things are clearly magically sentient, because they are clearly magically sentient.
Yeah,
Are we supposed to capture them or destroy them?
Fuck them up, dude. Put them out.
He clearly understands that they are not normal. You wouldn't try to normally capture a coal like a spider in your kitchen.
You would if you did it on purpose. But if he's crushing them, he didn't do it.
He's not crushing it. He's trying to capture it in the bucket.
Oh, he is trying to capture it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so no, this could be some Sorcerer's Apprentice bullshit.
Here's the problem, though. As soon as he does, the bucket begins to smoke furiously, and he lets go with shaking his hand.
Because it's hot,
right.
Of course.
And it begins to buck wildly and sort of like buzz like an angry hornet.
Oh my god, I get it. So what did you do, man? What did you
do? He turns back, looking at you, kind of hopelessly, like
What did you do? That's what I say. I literally just like, what did you fucking do, man? What did you do?
Yeah, he yells back, this wasn't me. I just got here.
What, you just showed up and there were fucking animate fire running around the room?
Yeah, he says they had to have gotten, he says they have to have gotten out, but who would have let them out and not told me?
What? Where did they come from? Where are they supposed to be? Why do you have animate cinders?
His turn ends, but he says they're to heat the works.
Watts, you hearing this?
It's clever, actually.
No, I know. Yes, look, it's not I'm not speaking this out loud. It is not unclever to harness elemental things.
That is not the button I meant to press.
What
happened?
I accidentally pressed the end turn button when I actually meant to click on myself. I was trying to
get you back.
Anyway, look, it's not what I just wanted to know that it was deliberate.
So, are there any buckets out here?
This is obviously a craftsman shop. We're in the middle of a swamp, therefore magic fire to make something in a magical place.
They were harnessing this magical. They were harnessing these elementals.
That's why I was asking: does he want me to capture them or to kill them?
Just kill them. Throw them into the swamp.
How much of all of this stuff did I hear?
Not too much. You definitely heard the frog screaming in his last turn, though. He was not shy about being loud. He's full on panic mode.
Okay. Were there any buckets out here?
Yeah, you could probably, on the pier where YOLO was, you could probably find a bucket or two.
Were they full?
No, probably just hanging out, like on the ground.
No, I'll skip them. Where was I when I started?
You were 15 feet back, so I think you were here? Maybe here. I think you were here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 20, 25, 30, but that's not as the crow flies. Say 20. 40.
I am such a trained dog. Sound the Slack makes when somebody posts something red that you subscribe to.
Huh.
It's this like it's three. I'm sure you've heard it. It's the three taps. It goes dot, dot, dot.
I think
hear it
I would
and I go,
actually be
"Oh,
going
shit."
there. Probably to.
Well, what happened? Sorry,
know.
I think you got caught in the collision.
Yeah.
Here, you wanted to move, right?
Yeah. So that I can actually get up the ramp.
Makes sense.
And I would shout out quickly, what are your fire handling protocols? Go to the manuals.
Didn't you study the standards of ops, you guys?
Yep.
Exactly. That's my first thought. If you're handling this sort of stuff, you better know how to handle it.
Hey man, I used to run Pizza Huts. Like I know what I'm doing. Not a sponsor,
Yep.
by the way.
Duke. Actually, you guys don't know his name is Duke yet. Excuse me. The dude in the room.
Froggington.
Yeah, the dude in the room is just super flustered and panicked. He's looking at the now bouncing bucket, kind of in horror.
With great apprehension, right?
As a small fire sort of burns next to him completely.
Now what do I do?
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry, it's too funny.
Did you dash, Faerly? Is that how you got all the way around?
Yeah, and I guess as I was dashing, I would have yelled, "Fire brigade! Fire brigade!"
Okay. Okay. In response, you do hear some yelling from the east. It's in Bullywug, so you don't quite catch it, but it does sound sufficiently panicked.
All right.
Jory, it is your turn.
One moment, I was taking a pee.
Take it away.
Little star.
So wait,
wonder
that's how
what
you're
you
fighting
are.
that's how you're fighting these coals. You're gonna piss on them.
Actually,
Yeah, I had actually thought as soon as they started moving, or as soon as we knew that they wouldn't go out, the first thing I was thinking was turning into the biggest creature I could and trying to piss on them.
Yeah, well, so-
the easiest way I can get fluid over there.
That's funny.
give me 1 second. All right. I had my headphones off so I could hear the game while I was actually taking a bio. So I put them back on. Anyway, no, I'm not going to actually pee on the coals, though I do think that's interesting. And instead, what I was going to do was look amongst my what am I wearing? Do I have a cloak or am I wearing gloves?
That's an excellent question, Mr.
I'm pretty
Role
sure-
Player.
Exactly. I'm looking here, and I don't think I know I'm wearing chainmail, but am I wearing chainmail mitts? I have a hand axe. Like it doesn't say specifically, and I didn't go in and write my shit like that.
You don't seem to be also, man, your inventory. Come on, buddy.
What?
It's not even like containerized.
Dude, it's just my character sheet. I don't know. It's not what.
Is he got it scrawled in what is this? Crayon? Did you not have a pencil?
I don't know, man. I'm just here to play a game. I'm just.
Jokes aside, though, I don't see clothes in your inventory. However,
Am I literally carrying a plate?
Every player is entitled to clothes, so you will have to tell me what that means for you.
I figure I'm probably wearing some leather gloves. Like that makes sense.
It certainly does make sense as
Also,
a piece of adventuring gear.
The inventory is so incredibly useful if you itemize it in the location and then tag it on whether it's equipped
I
or
absolutely
carried.
agree with you and all this, but
It's fucking beautiful in this application.
I'm just playing a player on this, so I got this.
No, I know. So you play as a player, and then when it's not your turn, you organize the shit on your character sheet so that it's all easily handleable. So it's not fucking pain in the ass.
I do appreciate what you're going for there. But yes,
Jory.
what up? Yeah.
Pseudoplate consists of gauntlets, heavy leather boots, a visored helmet, and thick layers of padding underneath the armor.
Fuck! It says plate here, and it says equip. That means I have that shit.
Yeah. Did you see what I clicked into chat there?
Heavy armor offers the best protection. Super fucking rad. I'm assuming that my helmet lets my ears out, so I look like Breros.
That's funny.
Hold on, let me bring my character sheet back up because I closed them down.
Sure, but did you see it in chat?
I did. So that answers all the questions that I needed, in fact. Because what I'm going to do is, you said this thing was like cinder ball, like a little, like even if it's as big as a tennis ball, that's still good enough.
Yeah, it's smaller than that, but not much. Like it's a fist-sized ember, you know.
For sure. Since my gloves are glovey, and I have a history of actually pulling hot pan pizzas out of 500 plus degree ovens with my bare fingers, IRL, I feel nothing.
You know you can get hurt that way, Danny.
I've done it hundreds of times. But yeah, I suppose people used to react very strangely when they saw it for the first time. They'd be like, "What the are you?" And I'd be like, "No,
I mean, do it fast enough, yeah."
Yeah, dude. No, it's a trick. It's a trick. It's not like my fingers are so rad I can stick them in a 580 degree oven and just cook them. It's if I stick it in there for less than 2-3 seconds and I flick the pan out by hitting it with my finger and then pulling my finger away, and it doesn't actually touch it for very long, I don't get burned. And yeah, you can do that all day. I've done it all day. Anyway, so knowing this and wearing full-on plate mail armor and plate gloves, I'm just going to scoop Buddy Boy here and throw it. I can't do the roll 20 click and glow thing, but to this block right here where I could very readily just scoop and be like, "Watts out of the way, scoop," and just fling it. There's a direct line right here. Meow, goes to right here. I'm just going to pretend like I'm walking, but I'm not. See that? I could throw this guy right there.
That is certainly a thing you can do. There will be 2 things that you will need to do for me to make this happen, however.
For sure.
First, let us make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. I will let you choose.
All right, let me check my shit here.
This will be for grabbing the animate coal.
Yeah, we're def going with strength on that. That's an athletics. So I grab this and go, wow. Why'd it roll 2?
Why did you roll disadvantage on that? Oh, is it because of your armor?
I don't know.
Is he doing a strength check or a
It shouldn't
check?
be, yeah. No.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah,
you should uncheck disadvantage and roll that again.
Yeah, that's too bad because my fucking other roll is a 17. I'm pretty sure the 17 just says fine.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell me what order they are in, so.
God damn it. Okay, where's the button for advantage, disadvantage? I don't know where it is on the game.
It's the dis button at the bottom. Is it pressed?
I don't even see it.
Down at the bottom below the chat rail, there's a set of buttons.
The only one I see is the one that says edit list.
No. On the chat. In Fantasy
on the chat.
Grounds.
At
the very bottom, there is a bank of gray buttons.
Sure, it's not lit.
It's not pressed, so it's gray, not red.
Yeah, it's gray, not red. I actually just clicked it and then unclicked it.
So that means that some other condition is making you have disadvantage on an athletics check.
Probably my plate armor, I suppose.
Don't see any effects active on you, so it has to be something like that.
Well, and I chose athletics instead of acrobatics because I only get a +1 on my acrobatics dex, but I get a +3 because of strength. So I rolled that.
Yeah. You're carrying 204 pounds worth of shit.
Oh my fucking god.
You know why?
No.
Because you haven't put it all in your item box. So the plugin that moves all of that weight.
Oh, well, how do I do the item box?
So you see how there is a location column for every item in your inventory?
Hold on, I'm looking.
You
Yeah, I
have
guess
put
I
the
do.
word dog as the location of your balloon animal, which is weird because you don't have a dog, and also cruel because why would you put a balloon animal inside a dog?
No, my
But-
dog. The balloon animal was a dog.
Right, but that is not what that column is for, is my point. That column tells you where you have put that inventory item. So, for example, if you wanted to put your 55 pounds of chainmail, you might, in that location, type item box of holding.
Oh, I
And it
see.
will then be put into your item box of holding.
Crazy.
Another reason why I've been using the sort of off time when it's not my turn to manage inventory for one is because the box of holding stuff seems important to at least this module. So
It seems so, yeah.
itemize everything. Like I even feel weird that my leather harness isn't said to be on my torso, so I'm going to fix that. Who knows? It could be a torso fucking hip harness or whatever you want to call it, like a climber's harness. Would that be attached to like
everything
torso
goes in
and the
that box,
hips?
right?
What do you call that whole structure?
That's probably your torso.
Okay, so if I do that, does it change the weight and all that?
It's supposed to, but it doesn't seem like it is. So I'm guessing that that plugin is now out of compatibility and hasn't been updated yet. So what we can do in the meantime.
And then it organizes
Welcome
everything.
to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Can I take your order?
It's actually so awesome. It organizes everything based on that shit.
You know they're
Yeah,
making
that
sequels
fixed
to
it.
that movie?
Okay. So actually, the plugin is working. I just had to force it to recalculate the
Looks
weight.
like, yeah, I see it now. 134 is my current weight. So if I re-roll now, will it be different?
Maybe give it a shot. I don't know what your encumbrance level is because unfortunately this character sheet doesn't show that to me.
Yeah, it works, but now I rolled a 3.
Yep. Okay. Well,
Asses all the way down, sir.
indeed. Well, unfortunately, a 3 is not going to cut it.
So I just throw it into the air with a bunch of like whatever's around it.
Well, this was to get it into your hand in the first place. So actually, you sort of
Nice, I
fumble
just
around
can't.
as it
Yeah.
jumps around your gauntlets.
Let's throw them in the fucking swamp.
You think I'm brave enough to do that?
All right, you do
There's
have a
3 of them.
bonus
One of us is
action.
going to have to. You said I have a
do
bonus action?
Bonus action available. Well, you can take a bonus action if you have one available. That's a better way to put it.
Hold on a second. I love that I have a trait called easily amused, but it doesn't say anything in the description. I mean, yeah, true.
Wait. I have a stupid question.
There are no stupid questions, only stupid askers.
Yeah,
The same day you win 500 million. Oh, okay.
that's ironic.
Up the lion's butt.
Don't you think?
Okay, I got an idea. I'll do it on my turn since you've already used all of your actions.
I'm looking at my bonus actions right now. Hold on.
Where do you see easily amused?
It's under my
Oh, there it
traits.
is. Easily amused trait.
And I mean, like, yeah, fair cop, but what does that mean about my character?
So it got added at the carnival, didn't it? On one of the rides that you went on.
I think it did.
I believe that's probably true, but you're the dungeon master. Dungeon master. You're the dungeon master.
Your guide to the realm of.
All right.
Yeah, but as I recall, that was an effect of one of the things you did at the carnival. It made you easily amused.
Yes, joke's on you. Always has been. Astronaut pointing a gun at another.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Okay, hold up. Can I? All right, no, it's a bonus action. What does it take to pull my willow ore out of my bucket, out of my item box?
Oh, I mean, that's probably. I will take a bonus action for that.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to grab my willow ore out of my box of holding.
Okay. You are in
That's it.
willowed.
Yep, and then I go, what? Just throw them in the water. They're alive, you know. They get them in the water. Like,
But are they alive?
kill them. Smash.
Rolo, you
Drench.
see a bullywug swimming through the water, kind of hurriedly in your direction.
You're going to want to get onto the other side.
Oh, I like you gesture at him as you say it, I assume.
Yeah, and I point over to the far shore.
All right, Watts, it is your turn.
In the broken silver that I
Okay.
know, because I do.
I'm going to
know
move
broken
towards
silver.
this past Jory, towards one. Wow, the naming thing. Animated coal B. I don't actually have to touch something to put it into my inventory, do I?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. So I need to do an athletics check to touch it to put it in my inventory.
Yeah. Are you talking about putting it in your item box?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've seen the Shield Hero anime?
Bits and pieces.
So have you ever seen him upgrade his shield?
It's been a hot minute. I don't want to sit here and lie.
No worries. So to put an item in your item box, you have to touch it to the gem / focal point of its display on the top of the box. You sort of like feed the item to the box.
Okay. So I need to grab it and shove it at the gym.
Alternately, I will suggest giving you a freebie. You could touch the box to the item.
I remember the box being heavy.
Weighs about 50 pounds, yeah.
I figure it'd be easier to manipulate the coal into the gym rather than vice versa.
Makes sense. I mean, the coal is animate, so it's not exactly cooperative, but it is certainly lighter, and if you can get your hands around it, easier to control.
Right, because the other one, I'm trying to bum rush it and shove my box at it. That's a 50-pound box. It doesn't
That's
also
a fair
doesn't have
cop.
handles.
That is
So
also a fair cop. Yep.
So yeah, okay. Athletics check then.
Or acrobatics if you would prefer.
Ba-da-ba-da-da. Okay. Skadoosh.
Okay, yeah, that'll let you get your hands on it. It is now in your hands. You will take you will take 2 fire damage. Well, 4, but you're resistant, so it ends up being 2.
Okay, so that makes my wounds 2, yes?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Okay, and I take it straight to the item box, trying to engage it into the box.
Okay. It sort of tries to jump out of your hands at every opportunity, but you've got it under pretty good control. So you manage to bring it down to touch the gem of the item box. For a second, there is a sound almost like butter sizzling on a frying pan, but then the coal shimmers and disappears.
Okay. Do I have something in my inventory now?
You have an animated coal in your inventory.
Yes. Okay, that's one action, right?
Correct.
We got this, boys. Doobly-doobly-doo. Anything else I can do with my bonus action? I think all I can really do is move towards the other coals. Also freeing up the walkways for the other people. So do. YOLO!
All right. Now moving into round 2. YOLO, it is your turn.
All right. Knowing the weirdness of the situation I'm in right now, seeing that shit, having no people inside there, having just talked to an elemental, I'm gonna put something out there. I'm gonna be like, I'm coming in there, and then I'm gonna make it as if I'm looking at the hole that's already there to see how I'm gonna strike it, right? And I try to whisper under my breath to the animated coal that I don't know is animated, but I'm guessing. If you simmer down, won't throw you in the lake, and I'll put you somewhere you can make a real big fire. And I'm not even lying to him. For them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They don't seem to respond in any way that you can tell.
They're not simmering down. All right. You seem to have chosen to make this hard on yourself. I start striking at the wall, trying to break in there.
All right, you want to roll an attack with your weapon for me?
Attack with my weapon, indeed. Whiff. Can I whiff a wall?
Okay. No, but you don't seem to do much to it. You feel like if you like, maybe like you turn the edge at the last second without meaning to, like slightly rotated your wrist.
No, I should have. I'm gonna half sword it, try to break it down with the pommel and the what is it, guard of the weapon.
Okay, well that will be what you do next time. This time though, you weren't super effective slashing at the building.
In fact, perhaps my exuberance, right, it made me forget that I should half sword, and that's why.
Makes sense.
You forgot how to ask a question?
No, it's more like I went to go swing at it, didn't really do much, and I was all like, oh, yeah, I'm a dumbass. The sword is very useful. I can just grab the blade like this with my gloved hand. And...
Don't you have an axe?
No. I have a willow oar.
Does, but
I have a whip.
I think you do. Yeah.
I have a long sword of life stealing. I have a javelin. I have a dagger.
All right. You do also have a bonus action to spend if you have one available.
Is this an action? Doesn't tell me if it's an action or not. Is activating one of my magic items an action?
Oh, what magic item?
Face one smoking jacket.
Let me double check, but I don't think so. Can't remember though. It depends on the effect.
I believe.
Do you want to throw it in chat for me?
Yeah. It also does this. Has 3 charges.
Oh, that's an action. Yeah, absolutely. See how it says casting time, 1 action.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't have a bonus action.
All right. In that case, moving on. Animated coal 14. I love how the random numbers make things sound really bad. Like, Goblin 752. Wait, what?
Well, guys, it was nice knowing you.
5. You watch it sort of bounce by you. And as you're looking at it, all of a sudden you realize it's literally heading right for your face. Luckily for you, it misses completely. And it ends up behind you next to Jory.
Really though?
Animated coal 6 is this one over here in the corner. It skitters this way, this way, this way, and then this way. And it glows for a moment in bright red and lights this bench aflame. Verde through the slot
Verde's
in the wall.
Verde's in the kitchen.
Verde's in the kitchen.
I was thinking it.
Well,
What you
Verde
gonna
in the
do?
kitchen.
There's a Verde in the kitchen. What are you gonna do? Gonna tell that Verde, get back to your computer.
Exactly. If you were here to see it, you would see this this coal skitter away, and there's another bright red increase in the lighting in the darkness. And that's that from that. Oh,
Definitely not simmering down.
All right, so the one in the bucket bounces again, smacks the bucket against the wall, which causes it to spill the coal out onto the floor here. Promptly skitters down the ramp. Here in the corner, skitters this way, then this way. There is that same sort of increase in the red light, but also that same shimmer in the air, like the distortion of heat above a fire. And a line of fire erupts kind of straight up the wall you're leaning against, YOLO. You can't actually see it, but you can actually feel the heat from this side of the wall.
Yeah, it seems like they're gathering.
Up next is Frogman in the corner. Oh no, it's serious.
Did you really just go Frogman in the corner? Yeah.
I totally did.
It's serious.
I totally did.
My God.
Yep.
I'm gonna. I have.
So he grabs his bucket back up, and he immediately books it this way. Leaps past the coal, so that he. Oh, seriously, let me out the door. Thank you. So that he ends up behind it. He seems to be making a beeline for the water, as far as you can tell.
So stupid.
Voluptuous tights. Oh wow, this bullywug is thick.
God damn it!
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
It's
30,
it's the frog legs.
35, 40, right? Yep.
Verde. Frogman in the corner. It's serious. Oh no.
All right, fairly, it
It's
is your
serious.
turn.
All right. I'm going to reach in and get the whatever sort of lidded cooking pot I've got in my cooking utensils.
Okay.
I'm going to go past our friend here and tell them nice pants along the way. Try to use the pot first to lid it, or for first to cover it, and then to kind of slip the lid underneath and
right.
turn it
Gotcha.
upright.
Like you got a spider in a glass or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Do you want to make an athletics check or an acrobatics check to try to get the coal in the pan?
You know, I'm going to ask if you'll give me a little bit of an offshoot for this one. I'm treating it like some sort of perhaps feral animal. And to that extent, would I be able to utilize animal handling?
Spoilers, it is not a creature.
Oh, I know it's not a creature, but would I be able to utilize like that sort of like, I've seen how it moves. I've seen, what their sort of behaviors are, kind of utilizing that sort of.
Interesting. Okay. Well, before we go there, throw me an insight check then, please.
All right.
Like he's wrangling a kibble.
Yeah, sure. You sort of twigged on to how they move. You think you could compensate.
All right.
See? Told you.
All right.
Yeah, so you do manage to get you've got a coal in the pan. The pan is rapidly heating up.
All right. I'm just gonna. I think I saw Watts put one in his bag already, so I will kind of empty it out into the box rather. So I'll empty mine into the box as well. Mine.
Okay. That will succeed. So
All right.
take you off the board.
4 to go. I'm going to I'll probably stay here. It legitimately took a lot of coordination to do all that, so I'm just gonna stay put. If another one tries to come through, I'll probably go for it next.
Fair enough.
In fact, because there's a little bit of crowding here, and we can't quite get the squares right, I'm probably just gonna move back here so there's less clutter on the ramp.
Yeah, the door is not well modeled in the collision for what it's worth.
Hey, Omi. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. What?
Oh.
Never mind.
Cluttered on the ramp. That was that band where you had like the steel pole and a hacksaw that was rigged up to a mic, and you did solo.
Oh, I was one of the lead singers of Cluttered on the Ramp, actually.
Yeah, but that was the one where you did the hacksaw and the steel pole solo, right?
Sure. Yeah. That was actually what brought people to our show.
Which one was the one that was the lake and the weird twanging?
Oh, that was Avalon. That was the band called Avalon.
Okay.
So many of them in my past. I mean,
So many.
Yep, they're a hit concept album, the Crystal Caves. Yeah.
Right. Oh fuck! Wow, that was a slog.
But you were so shiny in that one.
It felt like it took thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? I'd go into the studio. I'd go into the studio at 6 p.m. and come out 20 years later.
I'm gonna shout one more time. If you've got a protocol for this, use it.
Yeah, actually, the frog right next to you says, yeah, the protocol is not to let them out. So a little late for that.
Like I said, throw them in the swamp.
I'd like to speak to the manager after this.
Throw them in the water.
Yeah, that makes Duke look a little nervous. I'm sorry, dude, you don't know his name, Duke, yet. Look a little nervous.
Duke. Hey, Duker. What's up, dude?
Yep. All right, is that your turn, Faerly?
Yep, that's everything.
All right, Jory, you're up.
Man, I do appreciate that Fantasy Grounds has the little chime. Bling.
Yep.
For you.
It is your turn. Yeah.
Welcome to the game.
Yep. Put the bong down.
Get back from the bathroom.
You know what's hilarious? I actually don't own a bong right now, and I've been thinking about buying one.
Sorry about that.
The reason, no big. The reason I got rid of my bong so many years past was that I would just take fucking bong hits and like burn whole fucking bowls, right? And I was like, maybe if I just move to like a pen or a small pipe, since I don't smoke with others, I will be able to like curtail my.
Won't be as wasteful, right? Yep.
And that did work for a while. But now I just toke bowls all the time out of my big ass bowl. And I was like, maybe I should go back to getting a bong so it doesn't harsh my throat so bad. And then I was like,
I mean, fair.
Where am I? Like, what at this fork in my road, what do I choose, right? And yeah, I think maybe I would get a bong here in a couple days. Anyway, feel free to hit my. We're not on the right.
I'm gonna be honest. I would just do like edibles and call it a day.
That totally different buzz is the issue. Is I have edibles here. I have 300 milligrams of liquid THC. If you want to share, if you want to hang out with me at a party,
man, it's much easier on your constitution.
Yeah, it's much easier on your lungs, but that buzz is different too. And I don't hate it. It's good. It's a pure
not a Pax pen. Pax.
No, I know. I actually used the original. You're talking about an herb oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used the flower oven for a bit, and I actually like it. I bought one for my mother, who, by the way, for the audience, is like in their 70s. I was like, yo, you're choking all the time. Here, use this. It helps. It really does. You know, one of my really good friends with asthma swears by it. So anyway.
I've heard people say similar things.
Right? So I bought my mom one, and she used it for a while. But like, I don't know. People crave a certain thing. And again, I've used the herb oven. I think it's good for pure THC oxalation. It's good. It works out.
Well, but you see, the problem there is there's a certain amount of ignorance on display in the answer.
You're saying that it's more than THC that oxalates it.
Correct. Well, assuming that you haven't like set the temperature so high that you're just smoking a bowl anyway.
Right. No, that's totally true. No, I won't argue. You are correct. There is a level where it's
not the same high as from a pen, for example.
No, it totally is. And well, I was going to get there. Thanks for shortcutting that. But yeah, I use pens for discrete or what do they call that? Maintenance. You know, where you're trying to keep your titration. Right.
I see. Yeah.
Trying to keep your titration in a certain place, but also like the place I work, I don't want people to like think I stink like weed all the time. So if I go out at lunch right, I hit my pen, which tastes like cherry or whatever, because some of the preferred brands I know use they use actual proper terps, but they
go for esoteric flavors.
They go for weird flavors.
Popular out here too.
Yeah, I have one like it's literally the highest quality. What's it called? Faerly, help me out.
With what?
The terminology for the type of extract that I buy.
Live resin.
It's live resin. Thank you.
Yep. Sure.
Right. So it's pure live resin, but they also use terps to give it a flavor. And so like you buy this expensive like live resin plus what they call diamonds, which is silly, but whatever, they call them diamonds. And it's this like concentrated THC shit, whatever. But then it tastes like
well, diamonds. It's usually
like candy
diamonds in
cherry.
sauce, where it's just these really, really big, old gnarly sized chunks.
Chunks of crystal THC. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they talk about. So, this brand that I favor, they give you different. They have flavors that are really weird flavors, but they're made of terps. Anyway,
the greatest terpenes.
yeah, no, they're good. But yes, there was a point to this. I lost it.
That's fine. We were just talking
Fucking weed.
vices. Yep.
Talking about weed.
yeah. It's your turn anyway.
Oh yeah, it is my turn. That's why we were talking about it. Anyway, is there only one cinder left?
That you can see, yes.
Where'd the other ones go?
You guess around the corner, because you certainly did hear some skittering and rolling.
God damn it, you guys. Okay, well, my speed is 30, and these you said were 10.
These are 5. You're fine. If you're all zoomed in, the grid is 5 feet. So
Yeah, it looks like that's 25, which gives me 5 spare. Bonk. Oh, look, I can see the other cinders. Right. These guys are going to burn this place down, fuckers. If we don't do something about this.
yeah, I mean that
It's gonna be a
bench where
problem.
that coal is literally on fire. In fact,
Indeed. It's going to be a problem. We need to get rid of these, and they're elemental. Why the fuck do they have elemental coals up in this wooden structure? This seems like stupidity.
There's a kiln or something of that nature where they're supposed to be contained so they can do their magic crafting of whatever is done here.
No, honestly, it sounds like it's just their boiler room.
If
why
you
is it
wanted,
some kind of
Jory,
wood?
you could use your divine sense to try to determine if they are in fact elementals.
Oh. Could I then? Do that.
Well, to be fair, I guess you would know if they were Fey, Fiend, or Celestial, so not all
Right.
elementals would register, so that might not actually be as useful as I thought it might be. I take that back.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
All right, what's your plan, sir?
Well, I mean, this thing needs to get out of here. We need to throw it in the water. Can I
I
grab
mean, that
it?
is a fair assessment. Yeah, you can try to grab it. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to grab it.
All right, that will be either athletics or acrobatics, unless you have some other approach to the problem.
Let's get that.
Okay,
how about
that'll
that?
do it. However, in the process, you will take 2 fire damage
Ow.
to increase your wounds by 2.
Yeah, I'm looking right. Wow, am I really like 10 down? God damn it.
To be fair, you did take a short rest and could have spent a hit die or 2 if you wanted to. So we can retcon that right now if you want to do that.
This is your chance.
Yeah, no, I totally would. I just don't know where to do that here on this.
Where are the hit die on this here?
I could do this in Roll20.
Yeah, that is something that Roll20 does do better than this particular character sheet, isn't it? Oh, there it is. It's at the very bottom of the main tab. You have 1 hit die that you can spend. If you look, it's down at the bottom where it says HD. You can just grab that die and roll it. Oh, buddy. I'm sorry, man. Oh, you have 2 more left. Sorry. I see that. Like that was not there was a 3 in there. I didn't see that before. Oh, come on, man. What are you doing?
Well done.
You just try to
job.
get him out while you're rolling something not that important.
I'm enjoying it.
You could spend your last one if you want to. I don't know that I would trust these die though.
Me neither.
Oh yeah, I'm not pushing to talk. I just got new dice. It's okay.
All right. Well, you got 1 more hit die left.
Apparently so. Balls.
Jesus, balls.
No, Jesus balls. Jesus
There you go. That's better.
Right.
See, all
Now my
good.
health is all good. Now what do I have to take?
2 fire damage.
Mother.
Your mother.
I mean, all right. Fair enough.
All right. So now you have a burning hot coal in your hands, jumping around.
Damn right
like
I
a
do.
Cartoon jumping bean.
Rabbit. Like a rabbit.
No. The coal is jumping around like a cartoon jumping bean in the
I see.
hands of the cartoon rabbit.
I got it. Okay. Like a jumping bean, you guys. Gotta get it to the water.
You do have 5 feet of movement left.
I do. Let's go this far. Can I do my hoppity do thing?
Technically, yes.
All right. How far is my hoppity?
I think you roll a die, right?
do. Yeah, if you walk 5 feet, I can hop a rolling a d12 and moving that feet. And it's every time I fucking move, huh? Once during each of my turns. Yes. All right, here goes d12. Oh, 1 whole goddamn foot. Thanks for that.
Well, yeah, there's not even enough.
I'm
to
gonna
move
do a little
space.
stutter and be like, boop, boop, boop. I'm a rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck,
Like
hands
it's like
burning.
those videos of
Also-
a cat that tries to jump up on the shelf but misjudges the distance. You know.
Exactly, right. Also, this is hot. This is hot. Watts, you want a hot potato? Hot potato?
All right, I think that's your turn, sir.
It is.
So moving on to ratted mutton chops. Yeah, the swim speed, so he'll stay in the water. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then he will leap out of the water over here. Fairly, and you see this mustachioed, or sorry, mutton chopped pollywog leap out of the water, and he says, "How bad's the fire?"
The coals have escaped.
His eyes kind of go wide at that, and he says, "Oh, somebody's in trouble."
Yeah. Ooh.
And that is his turn. Boss, it is
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we still have that. Okay. Should be able to move to there. Once more with feeling, kids.
Indeed.
Oh, just
Yoink.
missed it.
What? Last one was a hit?
I thought you rolled a 16 last time, didn't you? Oh no, it was a 14. My bad. Sorry, that's right. Tie goes to the roller. Excuse me.
I was like, what? I'm confused.
Nope. All right. Yep. So that's another one. I assume you're putting it in the box, right?
Uh-huh. Yoink.
Right. So that is animated cool 19. Hold on, let me do some bookkeeping.
So what's with the labels and them being like weirdly compressed?
I don't know why that one's that way. Like I assume that there's some sort of logic that they have set up in the little text display. And so the word animated is too long or something. Like I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
Like my name's pretty long. Like Watson, Candy Domain, really long.
Yeah, but there's a
It's
space
truncated.
between Watson and Candy, right? Whereas animated is just a really long word. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's some arbitrary. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, I think what's happening there is that like it's a literal text box property issue.
And I should be able to move the last 5 feet, expending all of my deal, and I'll now be next to number 7. And that'll end my turn.
All right. YOLO, it is your turn.
All right, Snoogans. So I'm gonna be like fuck breaking down the door. And I'm going to activate my jacket that makes me turn into a puff of smoke.
Cool. You are like smoke on the wind.
I still have a movement speed, right?
Yeah, hold on. How do I get you inside? There we go. You do still have a movement speed. It's the same as your regular movement speed. You're just smoke.
YOLO, my dude.
Actually, at the moment, he looks like a pillar of smoke. That was the biggest movement confirmation window I have ever seen. What the hell?
It's because I accidentally grabbed Watson, moved him around, and then moved him back.
Gotcha. It's just funny because the icon was like literally 4 times normal size.
And unlike the video game, I don't think I can just deactivate this, right? I have to use an action to deactivate it.
That's correct.
All right, so I'm going to float there as a useless pile of smoke for a hot second.
Right on.
Maybe take the form of a penis, or at least try to.
Or a rocket ship, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You're blasting off again.
It's like, do I have that kind of, modality?
Probably. I mean, I don't see why not.
I'd be so happy I can end my turn with these.
That's funny. Okay, Watts at your feet is animated Coal 7. It bounces and jostles on the ground almost as if something was shaking the ground beneath it. However, one of those jumps eventually goes abnormally high, and it attempts to bop you in the face. But it is unsuccessful. It ends up landing on the floor behind you. Animated.
I got mad skills.
9. Okay. Animated coal 9 sort of rolls against the wall here. And this area is already on fire. So while it does seem to glow brighter for a moment, it doesn't actually seem to have any effect on the environment around it. Okay, our buddy here on the ramp leaps off to land in the water at the shore, fills his bucket, and then, well, hold on, that was 5, 10, yep, 15, 20. Comes back, but that's about as far as he gets on his turn. Tights. 20. Looks up the ramp through the doorway, sees the table or bench or whatever that is on fire. Looks over at the dude on the ramp. It's like, kind of scoffs, like, "What'd you do this time?" he says. And the panicked bullywog on the ramp says, "It wasn't me." And that is their turn. Phelan, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to pursue downward 5. I see them now. 10. 5, 10, 15, 20.
That's Jory's token.
That is Jory's. 20.
There we go.
25. And 30. Rush around the corner, see another one. Go straight after it. Hope it's still distracted from. I don't know if I can tell if it's turned towards Watts, but I would imagine that's who he was most interested in. Most interested in recently.
You can't exactly even tell if they have a front
Or a sense of direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I figure whichever like the pointy side was, like it's pointing at me with its nose.
yeah, it might not really have something like that.
I think it's a rock.
That wasn't high enough.
No. Yep, that is not going to do it.
Okay. Oh damn! So I didn't capture that one.
My presence was requested in the kitchen.
What?
Oh, I just said, sorry if I was absent for a moment. Presence. All good.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
As a bonus action, I suppose I'm going to try to usher it towards Watts so it doesn't escape.
Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of like going to play goalie.
I feel like
Yeah.
you're not going to talk to us.
Yeah, I mean that seems. I mean they're super small. It's not like you would have a problem doing that. I think that's fine.
All right.
Is your intention to physically move it though, or just contain it from moving?
Give it more like if it goes towards me, it's either going to hit the lid or it's going to hit the pot and go in. So instead of the hard thing, it's not going to light on fire. It will hopefully try to stay towards that smaller room that it's in right now. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Blocking it.
Okay. So I think mechanically the way I'm going to do that is we'll have you reserve. Well, rather, I will give you a reaction for when it moves that will allow you, with a roll to potentially block its movement.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Jory. The building you're in is kind of a little on fire.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, it sure is. Look at that. It's animated. That animated texture there. That's very nice. Quite nice.
Likewise.
All right, my speed is 30. These are 5. Let's go. I'm a bail. Fuck y'all. I said throw them in the fire. I mean,
In the river.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks,
the room that you're in is pretty much coal-free. It's just also on fire.
Yeah, this is 25. I mean, is there a way I could hit here and then just like scoop and jump and just land in the water? Being that I'm a rabbit guy?
No, there is an arrow slit in the wall, like down from where you're at, that you could potentially leap to, but it's too narrow for you to leap through without having to physically widen it first.
I see. I see.
Could he try to do like?
You can't actually go there because the coal occupies that space.
Never mind then. I was going to ask if he could try to perform a slamming dunk.
Well, I was thinking I would scoop it, at which point I had been moving far enough that I could hop. I could roll a d12.
Yeah, you can still do all that, but at the moment, this is where your movement will end unless you succeed.
Okay, what do I roll to scoop this guy?
Acrobatics or athletics, unless you have another skill you would like to propose. I'm always open to interpretation.
Yeah, you're good that way. You're good that way. I'm going to go athletics.
All right.
How about that?
Ooh, yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, you managed to scoop it up, and in doing so, you will take 1 point of fire damage.
Yeah, I expected something like that.
That will also.
On this game.
Hold on, just it's wounds. WND. Let me.
Wounds.
Go right where it was. There you go.
I feel like,
Oh, excuse me.
Did it. Oh, I was going to say I should totally get a light source. And I did. It's so sick. I feel like I have to push the button so you can hear me laughing.
That's funny.
All right, so I'm still going, right? Like I can still move?
You have one more tile of movement and a leap, technically.
Correct, right? Because I have rabbit hop, don't I?
Right, exactly.
Exactly. So let me roll my d12 and see how far I'm going to leap here. Because I'm going to leap here.
Here, now it's even an animated light.
Nice. Did I get 3?
Yeah, that's 3 feet. I'll give you one tile.
Yeah.
We'll call that 5.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that because I was going to go this direction.
You won't be able to make it there because there's a wall in the way.
Wall in the way.
Oh, you're right. All right, well, I guess we're going this way, and we're going to have to work next turn to, like, I guess not here.
Wait, there was a wall in my way.
I'm leaping over you, Watts. Leap. Fucking get down, brother. Duck! I yell.
Lurk.
Literally holding a fiery elemental in my hands. Watts, take note. Duck!
Watts is kind of short. You're fine.
No, I know. As long as he knows what's going on, he's going to get out of the way. He's going to be fine. I'm not worried about him.
Nah.
It's definitely like
I'm
an
not happy to see you, bro.
You know?
Why are you going straight over me? There's like you could just go to the right.
I'm gonna fucking go. No, I cannot. I got to throw this thing in the water. Let's go.
Yeah, so
Why
next turn you're going to huck it through the arrow slit. That's your plan?
Damn fucking right.
All right.
Why are you making this more difficult than it needs to be?
What do you want this? You want a hot potato? I'll give it to you.
Bro, you could have put it in your inventory.
Gross. What? Oh, what?
Yeah, you could put it in your item box.
Let's do it. I'm going to put it in my item box. Is that a free fucking action or a fucking bonus?
It's not an action, but it's an action, so you'll have to do it next
What
turn.
happened to the one he grabbed last turn?
I tried to throw it and it didn't stay in my hands. Okay, if this one's in my hands and Watts is like, put it in your box, dude, I'll be like, oh. And then I will put it in my box. That's next turn.
Yep, that's next turn. All right. That brings us back to Mr. Mutton Chops.
What are we going to do with it?
5, 10,
Watts, what are we going to do with it later?
20. He says, well, we guess we better get some buckets. And kind of stands there looking managerial.
Looking managerial.
You know what I mean. You know, not doing anything.
Yeah. You got time to lean. You got
Time to motherfucking enjoy yourself.
You got time
Good
to
on
get a
you.
bucket and get some water.
Exactly. Reflect. Take a moment.
Okay.
Well, since there's not one there,
If I got time to lean, I got time to
no.
I wish we had more people like you who, could work so hard that,
Nice, man.
that suddenly
I
we
feel
could.
like you got time to lean, you got time to scheme, you know.
Okay. That said, the area that you are standing in is on fire. So I would not end your turn there if I were you.
Do you want to be on fire?
I'm talking to Watts. Sorry.
Yeah,
Do you
3,
want to like
1,
yourself?
2, 3, 4.
Inspire your
5.
cash.
I have 30, don't I? Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Indeed. Okay, so parts of the building are still on fire, but the coals themselves are now, well, with the exception of the one in Jory's hand, contained.
We need buckets.
my hands
The coals are good. We need the buckets.
Yeah, that's a
Paladin,
temporary
dude.
measure, that's all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in my little magic box though, and it'll be good.
Tis
I was
my
gonna throw
turn.
it into the water.
It is your turn.
Anything cool in this hutch while I'm, still in smoke form?
There are several barrels, but seem to contain, just judging from what you can see that's open, like maybe it's oilcloth or canvas. It's probably whatever they're using to make that balloon out there.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
There's also barrels full of the whatever bush they're using to weave the wicker basket and similar like ropes and braids and other things for. But it's basically textiles. You think this is where they built the balloon?
Interesting. There's like a hole in the roof.
Not in this room. In the other room, there was a hole in the roof, but you're pretty sure that was caused by fire.
Yeah. How large is the hole in the roof?
Oh yeah, you got to go around. So.
Yeah, it won't let me make impossible moves.
The hole is, call it 5 feet. Like it one person could probably wiggle through it, but the roof is also a thatch roof, so one person trying might widen that considerably.
Yeah, but it could also hold you because you're technically supposed to get on top of thatched roofs to like.
Yeah. If its integrity is intact, then you'll be fine. Absolutely.
Totally, but its integrity might not be intact. But could I go through it and be on top of the roof?
You would have to get up there. The roof is actually significantly higher than a typical like stone building's roof would be.
30 feet high? I got 30 feet of movement left.
Yeah, it's about 30 feet up.
All right, I'm going to go up there knowing that my handy-dandy cook has gotten their eternal flame rounded up. I'm going to take the opportunity to disguise myself in the environment and maybe do some scouting on the balloon.
Gosh.
Aerial eye.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't actually like put you on the roof on this map, but what I can do is I'm going to put you here because that'll give you the best view of that piece of the sky. And I can do, I think, that should allow you to see that whole area over there, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's the extent of your vision in this fog anyway. So that's pretty much what you'd see from the roof. I'm going to put you in the water, but don't be afraid you're not actually in the water.
Yeah.
But you might actually be able to see more like probably there, which will allow you to see that in the stilts under the cottage, is a ramp that leads up into the cottage itself. So you know that there is a ground level entrance now.
Yeah, I do. Interesting. And nobody's like is there a basket for this balloon? What the fuck is this balloon?
There absolutely is a basket for this balloon. This balloon is the one I mentioned earlier that's being slowly filled with swamp gas, but at the same time, it is also in poor repair or perhaps even not finished. There are rents in its side that are being actively stitched closed by a pair of bullywug workers. Underneath it hangs a wicker basket. Pretty strong, you'd guess, but not particularly big. You don't think it would fit the whole party, but maybe 2 of you could fit into it.
Interesting.
It looks similar to the balloon you saw ruptured and broken on the slanty tower when you first got here.
Yeah. I get it. It's a mode of transportation given the swamp. Or at least that's what I'm assuming.
I actually want to say that was used between going from hither, tither, and yon.
Oh, that as well. No, good point. But I'm saying perhaps the swamp has made old ways of travel useless, and this is a standard now.
Oh, that makes sense with the raising and lowering of the water.
Exactly. Last question before I end my turn. How much higher do I have to go to, peer at the house on stilts?
You can, from where you are on the roof over here, you wouldn't really be able to see it in the fog. That's more the issue than your height.
Okay, maybe next time I'll drift on over there a little bit, like the nameless cloud. Drift on back.
Yeah, you'd fit right in for what it's worth because the mists are particularly thick around the base of that cottage.
Awesome. That's not ominous at all.
Put you like here because that's probably where you got onto the roof from.
Yep. Still a big old smoky cloud because I want to use that charge for its worth.
Makes sense.
And yep, I'll end my turn.
Okay. Duke with his water rushes over to the fire along this wall, throws it onto the fire, which is in fact enough to douse the flame here without the coals present. So the fire along this wall is now out. There is still a fire next to you, Watts, and there is still a fire down by Jory along the wall to the west and along the wall directly south of him. And of course, he is still holding one of those coals in his hand. Let's see. Duke moved 5'10". So he will begin to head straight back. 15. He's going to leap. He's right at the shore, but he can't fill his bucket yet. He's got to wait till next turn. Right. Thick Tights is up. He's going to run in 5, 10, 15, 20. He looks around and he says, are there blankets or buckets or anything we can put this fire out with? But he doesn't actually see anything in what's left of the main workshop, so that ends his turn. Faerly, you're up.
So when I go down here, I see the two flames along the wall.
Yeah.
Would you say either of them are about the size of a small campfire?
Yeah, absolutely. The one directly south of Jory specifically. The one to the west is larger.
Okay, well, the smaller one, I'm just going to blast out with Druidcraft.
Perfect. I dig it. That's a great use of that cantrip.
Isn't it?
I was thinking, I gotta have something I can blast some flames with. Otherwise, it'd be like throwing
Baby
ice
Flames,
knives
my
at it, and that's not going to
next,
do much.
Right.
Baby Flames is my pop star name.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So that really only leaves the fire directly to your west, the fire to Watts's to the northeast, but directly northeast of Watts, and then the fire that's kind of 2 tiles southeast of Watts along that wall.
Question: would that be considered about the size of a small campfire?
I would consider that about the size of a small campfire.
Fantastic.
I think I know where that's going. All right. Having doused that one, I'm gonna kind of look and see, is there anything flammable near the larger one that I can kind of push out of the way or pull away real quick?
Yeah, there is. Now that you can actually see into the room, it looks like it was shelving at one point that contained probably cloth, something that went up faster than the wood itself did. Because there's like a bunch of ash on the floor. But most of the wood is still pretty much intact. It's the wall and the floor itself that have caught. So There are some small boxes that you could throw out of the way, or you could potentially grab larger planks of the shelf works that have collapsed and get them out of the way.
I think the smaller boxes,
Okay.
if they've got supplies in them that, might be a little bit more useful to save than some wood.
Okay. They're lighter than you expect. You think they are also probably full of canvas or maybe even like very light leather.
Well, good. Save their supplies then. Then I guess I'll probably end up about over here, so I'm chucking them kind of back away from the fire.
Yep, that makes sense.
That's it for my turn. Jory, you're up. Unless something's going to take a legendary action.
Legendary action.
Not at this time.
I didn't think so.
That is a hot potato in your hands there, Joy.
Right. I was gonna say, am I still holding this hot ember? Can I translate it into my box of holding?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
And you
You
get burned
will
again.
take 4 fire damage first, though.
I saw that
I
coming.
mean, yeah, I expect that. Yeah, exactly. That's what, 18. And it's in my inventory. Now I have a eternally flaming coal, but it's hidden in the digital inventory. We're all good.
All right. It
I'm gonna
is an
move.
animated coal, technically.
Yeah, for sure, but it's in my little box now.
And you are indeed going to move. There is still a fire on the south wall where the arrow slit is.
Is that a risk to me right now?
Yes, but not immediately. I mean, left unattended, it will burn the building down. But
Sure.
at the moment, it's kind of only about a foot wide and maybe 3 feet high, kind of burning the paint off the wall at the baseboard, you know?
All right. Well, at this point, I guess I'll burn some of my need to move myself up here where the rest of the fuckers are, so that like if they're we should get out of here,
You
I'll
really
get out of there
shouldn't
with
burn
them.
your speed. You should snort it.
So, you do notice as you come into the room that there are, a fire or two burning here as well. Specifically, 3 tiles to your east, there is a small fire slowly burning this work table here.
I can't put this out, guys.
Directly northeast of Watts, part of that table, about, let's call it small campfire sized. Portion of the table is currently aflame.
We should get out of here.
Burn it to the ground.
I was hoping to put this fire out, but I think we're fucked. Let's get.
Do you know, how to put out a fire?
I mean, yes, but I don't have magic like that. I'm not that kind of magician.
Magician. No.
Burn it to the ground.
Yeah, I don't see any obvious ways that you could fight a fire.
Nah, dude, I'm a paladin.
Are you serious?
This isn't my.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, not at all.
I mean, it is a bit
I'm
foggy
about living
everywhere.
right. I'm about living right. You guys got to live right. That's what's wrong here.
You should live in a way that you're not on fire.
Exactly.
Good advice, Paladin. Good advice.
I mean, look at my character sheet and tell me that's not incorrect.
Such wisdom.
Get a bucket and water.
Our bucket, yeah.
Our bucket. That's a whole different thing.
Put out a fire, probably.
Well, I mean, you want to light a fire?
You're one of those people that have a list, don't you?
No.
Yeah.
Experiential.
No, a bucket list.
That's funny. For what it's worth, speaking of buckets, there is probably more than one bucket amidst the supplies directly north of Yola. Yolo's on the roof, though. He's not actually on the ground.
Not my problem
But
anymore.
in that area where that box is on the map, you could probably find a bucket.
I get.
Can't go that way.
Can't go that way.
Yeah, go that way.
Whole level is very smoky.
It's actually foggy, but yes, it is also smoky.
Can I hippity
Can't
hop
go.
that
Sorry, sir, this is a no smoking section?
It's definitely the smoking section. Well, the section is smoking. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Yeah, Jory, if you want to go out, you have to navigate like a physical being. Which means you got to go out the door.
Oh, you mean I have to go this way?
No, that is not the door. That is an arrow slit.
Where's the door?
The way you came in originally, you know
I
it to
don't
be
even know
right
where that
around the corner, north and west.
Where the soggy bottom guy is.
Yeah, that way, but you got to move like a human being. There's a wall in the way there.
Not a human
Wall on the
being, I'm a
way.
rabbit.
There is a wall on the way.
Dude, that joke doesn't work.
It does.
Wall in the way.
So you see where Watts is,
Way.
Jory?
Wait, what?
You see where Watts is? On your map, you don't see Watts because I can see your vision and I can see him on your map.
He's
Okay,
right
that's
over
a
there.
fire that you're going to move into right there.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that.
Watts is standing at the corner of the wall.
Fuck, look at that. What happened?
You know directly west
go
of
there?
him is, yes, but you have to do so like a human being. You can't Kool-Aid man through the wall there.
Are you sure, though?
I'm positive.
I have rabbit legs.
That's true, but you don't have you don't have a Hulkbuster wall smashing powers.
Well,
Are you
okay.
sure that my
Okay,
rabbit legs are not Hulkbuster wall
give this a
Are
second
you-
thought. Give this
are
a second
you-
thought.
Running or are you walking?
Okay,
At this point, I'm running.
He's giving him say, all right. So he might be able to bust through the wall like fucking Kool-Aid Man.
I'm not worried about the busting. I'm worried about the getting fucking out of this hole.
Give me a second. If he rolled the full movement on his on his jump, because the jump moves him 5 feet, and depending on how much he weighs, that's like that much pound per force towards the wall. He might very well
So you're
have.
saying he might be like a D8 physical attack,
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that depending on how you wanted to play that out.
Especially since this is absolutely an anxiety attack.
I think that damage would
the
be
fuck out.
both ways, though.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. The first few times.
Equal and opposite reaction. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, most
Totally does
definitely.
make sense. But yeah, I think I just had an anxiety attack, which is like, maps to my real life me, and I'm on the way out.
Yeah, well, now it's a straight shot west from where you're standing. So
Yeah, I can see it.
if you're dashing, you could probably make it because you've moved 15 feet so far.
I am definitely dashing.
Yep. If you're dashing, then you should have 50 feet total, which means you'd have 35 left.
No, that's where
Oh, wait, is your speed 30? What is your speed?
my speed is 30.
Okay, so you would actually have 60, so you would have 45 left. You could
No,
move
I'm
exactly
there.
there.
I'm exactly where I am. I'm out of here. Also, if I can, as a bonus action, I'm going to drop the fucking thing into the water.
You can't. You put it in your item box, remember?
Oh, shit. Yeah, never mind. I don't even care. Now I'm cool. Now I'm just going to try to catch my breath.
Oh.
No, it's okay. It's all good. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's all right. Okay. We got that one. Oh, yeah, we got that one. It's okay. Oh, that's what's happening.
You're almost on fire.
No, it's in my bag. It's in my bag.
All right. The mutton chopped bullywug comes running in, looks around, sees the two fires, and says, "Anybody have a bucket or a blanket? We need to put some water on these things."
Yeah,
And that is their turn. Watts, it is your turn.
that's awesome.
On the small campfire, I cast Prestidigitation. Putting it out.
Okay. Yep. The fire goes out. The fire southeast of you, however, is still blazing.
About what size is that one?
At this point, it's probably filling that entire 5-foot square.
So it would be more along the lines of a large.
Yeah, small bonfire, large campfire, you know?
So I won't have a convenient magic solution for this one.
Nah, a couple buckets of water would do it, though.
Okay, so is there a bucket next to me by chance?
Not that you can see.
How many small
where you
campfires
are-
worth of fire can you take from a large bonfire before it's no longer a large bonfire?
It's an excellent question, and hard to quantify given the nature of fire.
Thank you. I wanted you to recognize the problem with universals.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can't see any directly, but you can kind of see around the corner of this wall, and you see that it's being used to store supplies. So you suspect you could probably find a bucket or two if you went around the corner.
Do I see a bucket
Specifically,
now?
You do see a crate of supplies with some buckets in it, 2 of them specifically.
Okay, I would move to it and I would get some buckets.
Okay,
Action.
you have a bucket in each hand.
I've moved a total of 15 feet, correct?
Yep.
I'll move another 15 to go that way. And that's all I can do.
Okay. That is the round. And gentlemen, it is late. So I am suggesting we call it here.
Truth, you can do that. You were the DM.
Accept that, Dungeon Master.
All
Yeah,
right.
that'll do.
Well, then we will pick up next session. Welcome to Downfall.
Thank you very much.
That's
Thanks,
great.
my man.
It's going to be the downfall of our group. We're going to die now.
Nah.
No, okay, yeah, I'm a little bit less worried about the name of the map now that, I know it's the name of the place.
Exactly.
Gotta say, I was a little worried there,
Yep. Oh, that's not good.
right?
Right. Right. The name of this place is what? I feel this
Yep.
way when I at work a lot. When I'm like, wait, you named this place,
Player's
Shady Grove.
Downfall.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Heroes End. Yeah,
Heroes End, right? Like, or
Actually, to me, Heroes End is never that problematic just because to me that's okay. Oh, that's where legendary heroes.
Somebody fell there, right? Yeah,
Right,
totally.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There could be the one, right? But
I'm with you.
if it's like Bandits Grove, well, I guess I'm not going there.
Yeah,
That's where all
Rook's
the bandits
Corner.
hang out,
Yeah, right. Totally.
Brooks Corner, homeless hotel. Well,
Right. Right.
if I need a place to stay and
Shady
I don't have a
Town.
home,
Yeah.
right? But Shady Town, exactly. I guess I'm not going to go to Shady
No,
Town.
it's idyllic. What are you talking about? There's groves of
shady,
trees. It's
right?
beautiful.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right, Sanguine Shores.
The Darkening Deeps.
Oh wait, no, the Darkening Deep sounds like a place I don't want to go. Like it's Dark.
I mean, to
The
be fair, it
Darkening
was
Depths
a
sound
goblin.
amazing. What are you talking
It
about?
was a goblin nest, so that's a fair cut.
Was indeed. It still is on those Rift, bandit servers, which do exist. Someone out
I think
there.
Rift is actually even still technically
It might
alive. It's
still be
like in
live,
zombie mode, right?
people out there fighting Crucia. I invented Crucia one night.
Yeah. The Bloodstorm gods.
One
You
night.
invented the Bloodstorm. Hold up. The Bloodstorm was Snipe Hunter, but he was like, I've invented the Bloodstorm. Now, Ombois, name half of my monsters. And I was like,
Oh, dude,
what?
it was funny too because like that name
Wasn't
was
even half.
totally
But
snide. Like I was a little irritated by how Warcraft the new leadership was.
Good night out there, everybody.